So this is the race analysis sheet, July the 13th, 2017, the race at Newmarket, 4:35. It's a Class 2 event, 3-year-olds and upwards, 5 furlong sprint. The going is good. And there are 15 runners, and as you can see from the sheet, all have varying styles of running. Tomerley is the non-runner, and we've got 3 horses that we're looking to trade. First of all, we're going to look at Poil Vinny. This is the multiple trade section, and we're going to start the trading at round about 40. I might go in a little bit earlier, 40, and then the price goes up to 95. So we're looking to trade in this range, and as with normal with these things, you're probably not going to get the trades going up to 95. You're probably going to get the bracket between 40 and possibly 65. So these 9 or these 8 different types of bets or different price bets, that will be probably the range that Poil Vinny is going to trade into. And once you've put the bet on, then you can lay that off. So Poil Vinny is one for the multiple trades. The second one we're looking at is Choix de l'Eau, and that's the single trade bet where you're putting in at one price and then trying to lay off before the race at these prices. High risk is waiting for 12.5, medium at 13, low at 13.5. And if you can't get these matched, then we're pretty confident the horse is going to go lower in running, as it has got a style that runs up with the pace. 7.6 is the high risk position, medium risk at 9 and low risk at 10.5. Don't forget, just a one single bet laying off the same stake in running, or if you want to do, then you can put the stake in at 15, and in this position only here you can double your stake and try and win some money on the race. So that's the position with Choix de l'Eau on the single trade market. The in running play is going to be Also Sassy, and if you look at this running style for Also Sassy, most of the time it's held up towards the back, and in particular this one here at Newmarket, which we'll see in a little while, was the race that we're basing the information on. So Also Sassy running style probably towards the back, currently trading at 27, but we think it'll go even higher than that in running. So we're advising a 60 before halfway, and then if you can, as soon as you can, try and lay that bet off. High risk position at 30, medium risk at 35, low risk at 40. And again, if you wanted to just win on the in running without the horse actually winning the race, you can put your bet in at 60, double your stake and lay off at 30. And don't do your double your stake at these, because you'll actually mess things up. So high risk at 30, put that bet in for double your stake, same stake for the medium risk and low risk. And how these work, we place the bet before the race, right click keep, and if the bet is matched before halfway in running, then we can put these in. If it's matched after halfway, it's no good, because it's already probably a beaten horse if it's going to be matched at that price in the final 2 furlongs. So we're looking for sprint races. Certainly we need to be quick before halfway. If we can get 60 matched, we can put these prices in, or one of these prices in anyway, and if it gets to halfway and this price hasn't been matched, then we're going to cancel the bet. We don't want to be matching this bet after halfway. So that's the race analysis sheet that we're sending out to customers, and then we've got the race summary at the bottom. You can have a read of that if you like. So these are the 3 different types of bets that we're looking at advising on a regular basis. Now let's have a look at some of the form. So we want to have a look at Poil Vinny, we want to have a look at Choix de l'Eau, and also Sassy. The first one we're going to look at is Choix de l'Eau, and this one, as you can see, ran at York last time out on good ground, 5 furlongs, similar to today. Official rating 96, rated 92 on this performance, and also down 4 in class. So there we got down 8 in class and only beaten 2.5 lengths. So we could say that it's going to run a pretty decent race, I think, here. And if we go back to last year, it's got some decent form again on these races here. It actually won at Haydock Park, and it also won here at Doncaster. So we've got some pretty good race performance from Choix de L'Eau. It looks like it is a horse that likes to win races, and certainly based on this race here at Doncaster, 96 official rating, 92 and 91 in the race itself. So we're looking at -5 for this particular race here, where it won by a short head in a fairly big field. So I'm quite happy with Choix de L'Eau as a trade option. Poil Vinny is the multiple trade. We're not expecting this one to win. We are expecting it to run a decent race. And you can see it's got form on good ground at Chester here. 5 furlongs, or more or less 5 furlongs, 5.5. Rated 99, which is same today. 91 in class. A little bit lower today. So it should run a decent race. And we've also got recent form here at York, where it finished 3rd of 12, beaten 1 3/4 lengths, and again down 7 in class. So that's got the form to run a decent race. So I'm quite happy to do that one. That one's more of a multiple trade because it's not a frequent winner, this one. And we'll have a look at the last one, which is going to be Also Sassy. So this is Also Sassy, won at Doncaster last year, much lower grade there, but this is the race here that we're looking at on April the 18th. It was held up towards the back, which we're expecting today. Newmarket 5 furlongs, rated 90, average race rating 89, so just £1 lower than this race here, only beaten half a length, and if I remember rightly, it was finishing quite fast that day, so we're expecting the same type of run today. I'm going to ignore these two performances here. This has probably been its target on July the 13th. So that's the form, that's the race analysis sheet. Let's get into the trading. So here is the setup for the 435 at Newmarket. You can see we've got the 3 that we're going to concentrate on mainly. Choix de L'Eau, Also Sassy and Poil Vinny right in front of our eyeline. And then we've got others on the outside. These don't really have the form, and I'm not all that happy on putting that on the race analysis sheet because they don't really have the form going into the race. We want to keep to horses that have the form when we're sending out information to the customers. So these are just a couple of outsiders that we're trading just to see what happens. We don't have any real interest in playing these late. We're going to play them up to maybe half an hour before the race and see if we can get a little bit of money running onto them, and then maybe trade these in running. But these are the 3 that we're looking at for the play in this race. And over here, just to mention this section here where you match bets. Now it's a good idea when you've got a lot of horses to look at. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses that we're looking at in play. So I want to know immediately what bet has been taken. All you'll hear is the sound, and your eyes obviously can't take in everything, so it's a good idea to just have these on matched dates, not average odds. We don't want to see that just yet. We want it on match date so that when we hear the noise we can look over here on the right hand side and we can see immediately what bet has been taken. You'll also notice that I'm playing for very small stakes here. This is just for tutorial purposes, just to get you into the idea of playing multiple, and I do suggest that you play for these stakes when you're looking at something on these lines. So if you've got 6 horses invested in the race, then obviously that mounts up to around about 40, maybe £50 that you've got invested in the race. And if you do have problems with Betfair, if Betfair goes off, which it can do from time to time, and you're stuck in the market, then you don't want to be stuck with the whole bank in the race at the same time. So as your bank gets a little bit bigger, increase these, but if you're playing quite a lot of horses in the race, then reduce your stakes drastically. And here we're playing for just the £1 stakes, just to show you what will happen in this particular scenario. So we're about 2 hours away from the race itself. You can see up here on the market and API status, about 2 hours away, and this is the position that we're in currently. So this one here would be the initial setup. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 bets and we've got 10 on the rows, so we've got 7 there, and when this gets taken we're just going to put it underneath at 40. So we've always got the clear indication of where we are in terms of bets and delays. This one has had 2 taken, Poil Vinny at 38 and 36, and we've just put those underneath. You notice we don't move the prices anywhere, we just wait and put those in after the bets have been taken, so we can see at a glance exactly where each one is on the market. Once you start losing control, for example, if you put in this down here, you start losing control of where the bets are, and things can become very, very complicated. So you just want to keep everything nice and compact in your eye line, and then you know exactly what's going on in the race. Now you can see on King of Rooks that we've used up the £7 that we were going to put on. We're not going to put any more into that one. This is just an outsider that we're looking at, and we are going to try and reset this. Now what do I mean by reset it? Well, first of all, if it comes down to 55 or 50, something like that, and we can get out at least some of this liability, we're going to take that out of the market, and then we're going to put the price in a little bit higher up. If you're playing for big money, it's a good idea to reduce your liability. I'm not too bothered about the £7 in the market, but it's the theory behind it. What you need to do is, if you've got that kind of a position and you want to just reset this particular price, then you can take some of this money, move it to the top, reduce your liability, and put the price a little bit higher up. Hopefully we'll be able to show you that in practice in the next half an hour maybe. And if we can't do that, then we'll just play that in running. We might just leave these in the position that they're in and put them all in play keep. And that would be a deliberate play to put that in running. You can see that the liability is pretty small, so we're happy to leave that in running. If it doesn't get to the prices, we've only lost a small fraction of the bet or the total bank that you have. So you can see what we're talking about there. There's been a drop in the price of Kings of Rook, and we took the prices that were a little bit lower down, and we took the price at 60 because that put us back in profit. And then we've just realigned the stake over to 70, 75, 80, 85 and 90. So we just realigned that position on King of Rook while we had the chance to lay off some of those, and it looks a bit more healthy now with this stake going in at 70. This one, Foxes Forever, also in the same position. We're still not got all of it taken. We might need to realign that one as well. We've got all bets taken on Top Boy. That one is now trading at 60. We might just cancel all the bets on that one shortly as we get closer to the last hour. We want to start reducing some of these plays, then we've not got too much going on late in the day. We've got also Sassy at 29.30, something like that. Joie de l'Eau is the one that we're not going to immediately do the laying off. We're going to see how much of this we can get taken, and then closer to the off, hopefully that's going to get back. That'll be the single trade. So we're not going to do this type of thing with this one. See how much of this we can get taken, and then see if the horse gets backed in. That's the one that we think there will be money for. We may be wrong, but that's, you've got to have an opinion on the race, and that's the one that we think might go out before the race, and then see a little bit of money come in for it. We have been wrong in the past, and we may well be wrong on this one. Foxes Forever, like we said, that one's getting close to this one. We might have to realign that one, and King of Rook has already been realigned at 60. So that's the position. Poil Vinny is coming in now to around about 36 from 40, so that position at 40 looks about right. We've still got these 4 up here just in backup, and these hopefully might get taken as well. So although we have got a lot going on, things are starting to come together on this one. And Top Boy, I'm just going to get rid of everything there. We don't need that anymore. We've got the potential profit. We're going to lay that one in running, and I'm going to lay that in running at 5.0. I'm going to put that in now, then I don't forget about it. It's a good idea when you're finished with a horse just to put that money in at the position that you want. So we're going to put that in for £8, and we're going to put that price in at 5.1, and that will give us a profit on the race of just under £8 if we can get everything else sorted out. So that will go in there, and I'll put that in that position, and we'll right click in play keep. So I can now forget about Top Boy. Just to make sure that you've got everything, it is a position to cancel all bets and then put the money in. So you know that's the only bet that you've got in that market. In play keep, we can forget about Top Boy, we don't need to bother with that one, that's out on the back burner. If it goes down to 5.1, we'll win. If it doesn't, we don't lose anything. And we can now concentrate on these 5 bets here. And we've now got a similar position with Foxy Forever that we had with King of Rook. So that's positions come in, that's the break even point, we're just over that. So I'm going to just move a couple of these up to get that liability reduced. And then I'm going to put that one up a little bit further up. And similar with that, up to 75, I've got that taken it. And then we can put that in at 95 and then move that down. So we've got still got these 3 to make a little bit of potential profit with, but we've still got this bit at the top here that gives us a little bit more protection if the price does go a bit higher. So that's something that you can maybe do to reduce your liability if you're playing for bigger stakes. Remember, it's easy to do that with small stakes, but once you get closer to post time and you get in that sort of position where you've only got a few bets left, it is a good idea to just reduce your liability if you're on a break-even point. Remember to leave a few in the market in case the price does go down, and then you've still got that profit coming in. And over here on King of Rook, you can see we're at the break-even point, but I want to leave a couple in just in case. Again, same with Foxy Forever, in case it pushes down and we have that profit. So sometimes it's just as important to reduce your liability on bets that you think might be going in the wrong direction. You see, we're now out of King of Rook. We've got this small potential profit, but don't forget we're only playing for £1 stake, so if you're playing for higher, that would be considerably higher. And again, we're going to try and put this in running just to win a little bit of money if we can. And again, we're going to put it in at 5.1. So for this time, we're going to put that in for £4. If you're playing for higher stakes, you might want to put it a little bit higher up. Depends on what target profit you want out of each race. So I'm going to put that in at 5.1, and that would give us a profit if that came to fruition. You can see just about £4 profit on King of Rook if it went down to 5.1. So again, right click, we've got nothing in that race, no stakes in this on this particular horse, so we can rest assured that we can put that in 5.1, right click, in play keep, and now we can move that up to the position that we normally have it in. Same with Top Boy, so we can forget about King of Rook and we can forget about Top Boy, and now we're beginning to concentrate on these 4. Now these are the 3 main ones that we put into the race analysis sheet. Also Sassy, if we can get some trades before the race, then that would be great. If not, then we'll try the in running. Obviously that is a high risk play, you might lose your money, so keep your stakes to very small. Quite often you won't get the price match, but when you do and the horse goes on to win, then you can get some big profit. So it's a high risk strategy, but if you can get it right, then the profits will give your bank quite a big boost. Poil Vinny is trading around 34.36, so that was 40 was the mark that we suggested. We came in a little bit early at 36, and Schwa de Law is trading at 13, just hovering below the 15 mark, which we put in the first bet. So King of Rook taken, Top Boy taken, Foxy's Forever breaking even, but we've only got 3 bets in the market, so we're going to leave that for a little while, see if we can get that one to give us a little bit of potential profit as well, and then we can concentrate on the 3 main ones in the race. And you could, if you liked, continue to trade on the King of Rook 1 and Top Boy, but these were not really in our thoughts. These were just trades that we had, we thought we could make a few easy trades on those, so we just threw them into the mix. Also Foxes Forever, that one, thought we could make a few easy trades on that one. That one is not complete as yet, but these three were the main ones that we wanted to concentrate on. All the bets have been taken now on Poil Vinny, but remember that was one that we wanted to do multiple trades on, so we're going to continue with this one. We've still got about 40 minutes left, and we're going to put that back in at 36. You can see the price got taken at 32, so 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48 is the bracket that we've put that in originally. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more trade on Poil Vinny. The price or the potential profit we've got on it at the moment is 29 and 4, around about 33, about £34 something. So even if we don't make any more trades, we've still got a little bit of money on that one, and we can do that one in running as well. So the one that we're looking at over here we've got outstanding is Foxy Forever. That's the only one that's outstanding presently. We might have to just move some of these up as we did before, just to reduce liability on this particular play. Remember, this is not the main one, so if we reduce the liability on it, we can put it in. If that comes down to 80, maybe we can get rid of one or two and then put them in higher up, and we'd still have these three bets here to again make a potential profit on Foxy Forever, and that will give us a little bit more security on this particular bet. But Poil Vinny is 30, also Sassy now 34. Hoping that one's going to do a few trades before the race. I'd sooner trade before the race than do the in-running play. That is a lot more risky. Swadalo still hovering at 12.5. We may get some of these taken at 15 up to 18. So you can see we've only got one bet left there. We're in the break-even point, so I'm going to just get rid of some of these, just reduce the liability again. Matched. Put these in a little bit higher up. That's the wrong stake. Put the pound in. So just reducing the stake again and again, leaving some money in so that if the market does come down, then we'll make the profit. So we can move that down and put that in at 110. So again, that looks a little bit more healthy. We've got the backup now going up to 110, and we've still got money in here. Obviously, it's not important when you're playing for this kind of stakes, but get into the habit of these processes, because when you start playing for the bigger money, then these will come in handy. So if you're playing for 10, 20 pounds stakes, then this is a good strategy just to reduce your liability in case the market does start flying upwards. And you can still make potential profit even if these three fully matched are in the market and get taken. So we've got another pound taken there on Poil Vinny, put that in at 32. Also Sassy, I'm just going to take that out of the market for the time being, because I want to concentrate on these two horses. If that starts going up towards 46, 48, then we can start trading. But I don't want to be distracted by this particular play. I want to focus on these two, certainly until Foxy Forever has been dealt with, and then we can concentrate on these two, possibly as well Schwader Low, and I'm going to take those out as well. So I don't want to be concentrating on too many when we get towards the final half an hour. We can always pick that up a little bit later on. Let's just deal with these two and then move on to these two if that's possible. So don't have too many balls in there. Don't be trying to play four as you get towards the final half an hour. Always best to just concentrate on one or two, and then you can pick these up, and they may even play in your favour. You might even get a higher price by waiting and trying to sort these out first. One of the top tips I can give you for trading is to keep things constant. So you want to be focusing on certain horses at certain times. If you've got too many focuses, then you're going to lose control and your trades are going to go wrong. So what I did there with also Sassy, took that out, Joie de l'Or also, and we're playing on these two. So don't get too involved in a race, especially when you're learning. Having four horses to contend with when you're getting closer to post time is quite a lot to go at. That's maybe further down the line as you get more experience, you can start playing on four horses at a time, but for the time being, keep it to maybe one or two. And now we've had all bets taken on Foxy Forever, so that one can now go in running. We've got about £40 potential
Fully
profit.
matched.
So again, we're going to put that in at round about 5 to try and win £8. So there's the 8. Put that in at 5.1. That will give us a profit. Right click, in play keep, move it into the position that we would normally do. So we've got King of Rooks, Foxy Forever and Top Boy all running for us. Also Sassy, we might not even have to do anything with that in running. We might make enough on Poil Vinny just to spread across Swadalo and also Sassy as well. So this is a position on Poil Vinny. It's going down between 38 and 40. The last position taken was 38. So we know that that pound is going
Fully
to go back
matched.
up there, and we've got that taken. That's going back in at 40. And if we can get a few more trades, we can actually just put a few bits and pieces on Swadalo and also Sassy as well. So we won't need to do the high risk in play strategy with also Sassy. So we've now got all bets taken on Poil Vinny. That one is £53, 24 potential profit. What we can do, we can just put a few bits and pieces in. That will reduce it to 38.
Fully matched.
And we can also put some money onto also Sassy.
Fully matched.
And if we wanted to, we can make further adjustments with Poil Vinny again, moving that down to 23.
Fully matched.
And we can also put some money onto Swadalo. And that one will go in at 14.5. So we no need to
fully matched.
resort to the in-running play on also Sassy. We've got enough money going across the board. Got King of Rook, Foxy Forever, Poil Vinny. I'm going to put that one in. Right click, make sure you've got no bets in. Put that in at 3 or 3.05 to be exact. That will go in for again £8. Right click, in play keep. Also Sassy, you've got £12.39. I can put that one in at 3.05. And that one will just be for £4. Again, just take that out, right click, make sure you've got no bets in the market. Put that in play keep. And Swadalo, we can just keep that one normal. If we want to, we can just take a few more out of Top Boy if we wanted to and adjust that so we've got Swadalo as well. And if we put some of that in, we could maybe do this in running, but I think that's enough for this particular tutorial. Don't forget, we're playing for very small stakes, so that's the theory behind everything. If you're playing on quite a lot of horses, you've got different things going on, you've got one that you want to play in running, but on this occasion we don't need to do that. We've got the money on it, and we've got one that we had a suggestion for taking the bet at 15. Again, we don't need to do that because we've played on Poil Vinny, and we were able to put some money over here. So it doesn't matter whether the horses finish last or second last. It doesn't really matter. We've made the trades that you should have made. If you're putting bigger stakes on, obviously these prices or potential profit will look a lot healthier than they are now, but that's the theory behind trading in quite a lot of different ways. You've got a lot of tools at your disposal. You don't have to stick to what we've suggested on the RAS. You can develop your own strategies. These are just guidelines for you, but if you can do something like that with Poil Vinny, there's no need to take risks on also Sassy in running because you've got that money on. So we've got 4 pence just left over, and I'll leave it for now, but normally I'm a little bit OCD with that kind of thing. I like to tidy things up, but we'll leave that for now. That's the tutorial. All we need to do now is watch the in running. We've still got about 8 minutes left, so if you wanted to, you could go on and do some more trading, but that's the tutorial. There's no real need to do any more on this particular race. So let's just relax and watch the in-running prices. If none of these get matched, then that's fine. You've learnt quite a bit in the tutorial, and hopefully you'll be able to put that into your own betting. So just to recap, as we move into level 8, we're going to do quite a few more of these full-on trading methods for the races, but we're going to up the stakes and see what we can do with £5 stakes, £6 stakes, £7 stakes, something like that. So the next 5 videos are going to be full-on trading, just playing for that little bit more money. So hopefully you can join us for those. You can get into the package, get into the racing service if you want the RAS at your disposal, the race analysis sheet, and hopefully you'll enjoy your trading a little bit more. So our past pause time, 13 seconds past, shouldn't be too long, although it is quite a big field, so we might get to a minute or two past pause time. We'll just see what happens. Let's just have a recap on the prices quickly. King of Rook has gone out to 130. We were right to just reset that because the price went out late on. You can see that going out in the last 5 minutes. So again, getting out of that when we could was a decent play. Foxy Forever went up to 95. You could have done a few more trades on that one, increased the profit value. Poil Vinny has gone up to 55, come back down to 40. So again, could have done quite a lot more trading on that one. And also Sassy didn't go up to 42 we original. Swadalo has passed the 15, gone up to 18. And Top Boy, again, you could have done a few more trades on that one, I would imagine. So all in all, the only one that's really gone out is Swadalo and also possibly King of Rooks, but that one's a long shot play before the race, and we were always likely to get out of that one at the hour mark. So a minute past pause time now, shouldn't be too long before the off. And the race is off. So let's have a look at one or two of these prices as they go through the first few furlongs. Remember, this is about the halfway stage. Schwader low trading about 15. Also Sassy 36, 38, 40. Going towards the halfway stage. Just about on the halfway stage now. Joie coming right in 4.0. Also Sassy also 30, so that one's coming right into 10, into
fully
6, into
matched.
5. Something's got taken. We'll see what it is in a minute. Top Boy coming in 1.99, and that's the race over and done with. So the winner is not on the screen. I think we won £8 on the race. Let's just check where the winner came from. Shamshon was the winner of the race, but we did manage to make a profit on that one. So Top Boy came right in, as did Schwadalo. Also Sassy, if you took the 60, then you could lay that off at 10, 11. So that was okay for the in-running purposes, and Poil Vinny, you were able to trade that one out before the race. So all in all, pretty good race to look at, pretty good race to trade in. Hope that's been enjoyable for you. Hope you've gleaned something from that you don't always need to be exact with the RAS, and you can be a little bit flexible. But on this occasion, Swadalo, you would have won on that playing on the race analysis sheet, and also Sassy, you would have just about taken the 60 odd, and you were able to trade that off. That came in quite low as well. I think that came into about 5. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you'll be in touch for the next one. If you want to join the services, then please do so. Get in touch at exchangetrader@btinternet.com and we'll sort something out for you. Thanks very much for watching.